I would also like you to tell us that, let's say if somebody is not aware about these things, even then I would still say that people should go and invest at least, and then read this getting started guide, but at the same time invest with a small amount, because even if you're investing, let's say up to $10,000 $20,000 to start with, this will not impact you so much because it's the amount is small. But once it gets more, then it will gets to impact you in both in terms of dividends and also the estate tax. So somebody who is starting should not worry too much about these things for the beginning, because then you have so many brokers as well, which are giving you incentive to, let's say, transfer the money, because you have to invest the money, you have to transfer the money from your bank account, let's say UAE bank account, to their brokerage account. So it's easier for the beginner. But once you reach to a certain limit, or let's say you understand fully how things are working, then you can go into such kind of let's say Irish domiciled ETF. To start with, you can do this, but let's say if you're not aware about it, to start with anything is important.
That's a great point, because I mean, many people, they kind of procrastinate because they think it's too complicated,
Yes, yes.
and they are so afraid of making any mistakes, and they end up making a bigger mistake, which is not starting. So I always tell people, start now, optimize later, because people would like to get everything perfectly right from the get-go. It's kind of impossible. I made mistakes myself. Did it cost me a lot? I mean, in terms of investing in ETFs, not really. Yeah, maybe I would have selected a better, between quotes, ETF. Once I learned about the Irish domiciled ETFs, I basically moved my money there. But it wasn't the end of the world for me.
Right.
So I would tell people, start now and optimize later. And maybe for those who don't even want to learn about how to do it by themselves, there are now robo advisors. There's a couple in the UAE, and I think you've covered some of them in here. A robo advisor is a low cost, let's say, service. I mean, financial service that allows you to invest in ETFs, in index funds, basically, with a very small fee. So you don't have to manage anything. You don't have to buy anything yourself. You just transfer your money to the robo advisor, and based on your I would say risk profile, they can create a portfolio of ETFs for you, and they do all the heavy lifting. So you just transfer your money there. So if you want the easiest option of them all, just pick one of the well-known robo advisors in the country. And basically, even if you leave the UAE at some point in time, you could keep your account. So there's nothing wrong with that. So basically, just start with a robo advisor, and maybe once you gain the confidence of how to do it by yourself, it's not rocket science. Yes. I repeat, it's not rocket science. And yeah, so once you reach that point of being comfortable doing this on your own, then you can basically take the money from the robo advisor, and you could replicate the same strategy yourself.
Yeah, because again, if you go through the post on Simplify, it's a very good group. It gives you all kind of flavors, whatever it's possible within the UAE. If you go through that again, reading this getting started guide, it will give you this I think it's 30 page or plus.
It's 40 pages, but the gist of it, you can get it from the first 20 pages.